Something familiar,
something peculiar, something for everyone on comedy tonight.
It started several years ago.
Right, a couple years ago, actually.
Yeah, we began talking about things we might be able to do together. And we were looking at a way to co-produce work that would be here in this theater, because, you know, this theater is a very different experience for the Broadway audience than they're used to over in the great State Theater, the great Palace Theater. But this is a very different idea of how to watch a show. And so I think once we opened this theater, we got very serious about, let's find a way to collaborate.
I'm just a Broadway baby, walking off my tired feet.
What I think makes this all so timely and so beautiful is that 40 years ago, right now, we were preparing the Ohio Theater for Great Lakes' arrival.
Right.
In fact, Great Lakes was the first company in the city of Cleveland to say, if you can have a theater ready, we'll come and make PlayhouseSquare our home.
And it's been incredibly rewarding, I have to say, because, you know, we've been partners for a long time in the district, you know, at PlayhouseSquare, and building our respective companies and building audiences. And over the last several years, there have been just amazing changes here, you know.
And I won't say devastated, but certainly disappointed.
Just to talk a little bit also about the collaboration, everything was perfect about this, because there was this show in New York, Sondheim on Sondheim,
right,
which really chronicled the life of what is America's greatest living composer for the stage. It was created as a birthday salute to him, but the way it was created was one that was too complicated to take as a tour. And so this work, actually, that Great Lakes is doing here, is so important, because what it's doing now is taking that show and digesting it in a way that will make it live on forever.
Here's a project that pulls all of our skill sets together. You know, Gina's background in presenting and developing New York producers who are willing to bring their work to Cleveland. Our background as producers, creators of work, it really says, okay, let's bring the two halves of our world and put them together. It's because of Gina that we're able to even get this piece of work to Cleveland. You know, because when we pick up the phone and call Broadway and say, hi, we'd like to bring the latest Broadway show to Cleveland, but we want to create our own production, you know, they'll say that's really interesting. When Gina picks up the phone and calls them, they say, when do we do it? And that's really
that's very nice.
The way this began.
We clearly have a love fest going on here.
Well,
My name is Stephen Joshua Sondheim.
you know, I knew the Sondheim pieces in it, the documentary footage in it. And I thought, well, this would be really fascinating. It turns out that it's filled with heart, it's filled with emotional experience from Stephen Sondheim himself, but then you hear from him about his life and then listen to his music. And the two pieces form a kind of whole artistically that is much deeper than I was expecting it to be.
Outside your door, which it only makes a person gladly want you even more.
And that's what it's about. It's all about relationships. So here's what's so exciting. This musical has just opened in this beautiful Hannah Theater. It's here through July 8th, and it is the final show on the KeyBank Broadway series at PlayhouseSquare. We're excited to have it. Our audiences are going to be delighted, and thank you so much for what you have done with this show, the community. You guys are great partners.
Well, no kidding. You guys are great partners. We couldn't have done it without PlayhouseSquare.
Tonight.